these are so cute, and I love how they have like a little sprout on their head that looks almost like a Final Fantasy sprout. It makes me think. Like whether or not they actually know about the game, whether or not they're gamers themselves, because sometimes they use the slang and talk about Discord and stuff that I think are pretty telling.
Hey there, Psych2Goers, welcome back to the channel. Did you know that it takes about 21 days to form a habit? Wow. Imagine how many habits you might have picked up over the years. Some of those habits might be healthy and life-changing, but there might be a few habits that are toxic and not as good for you or the surrounding people. In today's video, let's find out more about habits that might be toxic. So with that said,
I wonder if you can also, well, I guess it depends on the habit, but I wonder if you can also break a habit in like 21 days or less. Probably not, because some of them are so damaging and addicting that it just like takes a while to get rid of them, unfortunately.
here are 5 toxic habits to avoid in life.
Disclaimer: this video is not a substitute for professional advice, but general guidance. If you can relate to any of these signs, please know this feedback is not meant to discredit anyone. It is meant to be a self-improvement guide for those of you who have been feeling a little stuck. We advise you to always listen to your intuition and always do what is right for you. Like, they're humble and honest. That's why I like their channel. But they're also like, they use studies and stuff to back up their videos, which is why I trust them.
Number 1, gossiping. If you know, you know. Dishing or tattling, call it what you want. Gossip is idle talk or rumor, especially about the personal or private affairs of others. Many may have participated in gossiping in some way or the other. Although it isn't possible to never have negative thoughts about something or someone, you can control what you do with these thoughts.
Do you guys feel that gossiping as a form of behavior has been normalized with like the coming of social media? It's like before, I remember when I used to go to elementary school, that was like 2000s, like 2001, 2, 3, or whatever. Like, gossiping was a big deal because you actually had to go out of your way and like think of an event or whatever that you want to talk about to others. But these days, all you need to do is like go to someone's like Twitter account or Instagram or whatever and be like, hey, look at this person's picture or whatever, what were they thinking? Or you start like, I don't know, just bashing them because of something that they said like on the internet. I don't know, like I think it got a little bit worse because of that.
A good alternative to saying it out loud might be to write down all your thoughts in a notebook or on your
Imagine someone finds it.
phone, or tapping into your voice recorder and speaking your mind out. A word of caution though, don't let it fall into prying hands. Number 2, not forgiving yourself. Everyone makes mistakes at some stage of life or another, period. But to find happiness, you must be able to let go. The consequences of those mistakes do not define you.
This is so hard when you don't have people around you who are also willing to forgive you for your own mistakes. Like, if you, no matter what you did, well, almost no matter what you did, I guess, because there are some extremes that are just like, I don't know, just too bad to be like forgiven by, I don't know, by people. Like, if you go and I don't know, just wipe out a lot of people and you ask for forgiveness, it's obviously going to be a bit harder to earn one. But like when it comes to these normal things, like the everyday mistakes that we do, you also have to be surrounded by people who are willing to not only forgive you for those mistakes, but also encourage you to forgive yourself. So I think it starts with that. Like, for as long as you have a good support system that encourages you to get better, that's all you really need, right?
Mistake being a main word here. Forgive yourself and learn to walk through the pain of your past mistakes. Hanging on to these harmful feelings indefinitely negatively impacts your mental health. Only one thing is certain: they leave behind lessons. It's important to learn to laugh when things go wrong because sometimes they will. Self-forgiveness is the intentional preservation of inner peace and a reflection of a healthy self-concept. When you acknowledge
Like, I'm on the other side, I think. I think I need to get better at, like, forgiving people without having to talk to other people first who, like, let me know that I should be more forgiving. Like, I need to start making these decisions myself as well. And I think I'm a little less forgiving than what I should be. But yeah, it's something to learn from.
Acknowledge your faults, affirm your emotions, take responsibility, discover your inspiration, consider the lessons you've learned, set clear boundaries, treat yourself with love, compassion, and gratitude, and make amends as needed. You're being human. Number 3, blaming. It's easy to blame your actions on someone else, but is that the right way to go? Everyone likes to indulge in a good challenge every now and then, so why not challenge yourself to own up to what you might have said or done? The next time you find yourself in a situation where you want to blame your doings on someone else, take a step back. Analyze why you want to blame someone else. Recognize why it's easier to do so, and then think of a way to own up to your doings. Number 4, trying to please everyone.
Oh God.
Do you often find yourself doing
Guilty.
something just to make someone else happy? Sure, doing something just to make someone happy is admirable and important at times, but not at the cost of yourself. Most of the time, the issue is your inability to say no. If you can't say no to the wrong things, you won't be able to say yes to the ventures, people, and opportunities that excite you.
I think this is something that I only ended up learning when I had my kid, because I am at the point where I don't have enough time anymore to say yes to everything. And I know that, like, like having a child is not the answer to you learning how to say no, but for me it was circumstances that actually did help me get better at that. But I should have gotten better at that on my own too.
Saying yes to others often means saying no to yourself. It's important to recognize your worth. Remind yourself of your goals and the steps necessary to achieve them. The first step, however, is to figure out what you want to achieve. You must be conscious of your life's mission, ambitions, and objectives in order to ensure nothing deters you from your own path. Number 5, drinking and/or smoking. How often do you drink or smoke? While the long-term effects of combining alcohol and tobacco are still being investigated, preliminary research indicates that mixing the two substances can have severe and long-term health
Oh,
consequences.
I didn't even know that.
This may be because the alcohol dissolves the chemicals in your cigarette when it is still in the mouth. Carcinogens can get trapped against the sensitive tissues of the throat as a result of this, increasing the risk of fatal diseases. And there is no count of the amount of damage it has on one's daily functioning. Exercise, meditation, or a healthy diet are just some ways to help beat stress in a healthier way. Breaking out of habits is a behemoth of a task. You can't break free in a day. It would require constant, conscious effort. Baby steps in the right direction help you further along towards your goal.
And having people around you who are actually going to recognize these baby steps. Sometimes people expect you to just get better instantly, just like start off and tomorrow be like a new person or something. But you need to have people around you who are going to see that you're trying to change and who are going to go out of their way to praise these little things that you're doing that that are helping you stay on that path. And I don't know, like, for that you really need to have someone who loves you, who's just going to be aware of the journey you're on and pay attention to what you do. So I don't know, like, I'm a people person when it comes to that. I believe in support of others, not just working on yourself independently, because even though it's hard, it's almost impossible to get that feeling of validation and of doing things the right way finally, and just kind of getting better if no one takes a look at you and says, hey, you've actually come a long way. It's hard.
You may encounter frustration at the lack of results, but that is no excuse to give up. You are making the effort. As they say, well begun is half done. Do you have any of these habits? If so, do you think this video helped you recognize them? Feel free to leave a comment down below with your thoughts, experiences, or suggestions. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and share it with those out there using or being subjected to these habits. Don't forget to subscribe to Psych2Go and hit the notification bell for more new videos. And as always, thanks for watching.
That was a really good one. Like, this is why I like watching these videos. I think even though we do gaming stuff and whatnot, sometimes kind of taking a step back and thinking about ourselves as humans as well is beneficial. Both sides are good. Before I can forgive someone, I need to forgive myself for my oopsies. Yeah, we all have oopsies, and none of us are done having having oopsies. So I get that.